All right, so where are we at here? We did so I would put transformer. I label this 1, 2, and 3, so you don't get confused. So yeah, we did A, B, C, and then for all your Y's, this is draw your ground. Always ground it. So I would put PG for primary ground. Okay, and then let's work on our secondary. Your A phase is going into transformer 1, right? A phase is going into transformer 1 at X1. Your A phase is going into transformer 1, and then B phase is leaving transformer 1, right? B phase is leaving transformer 1. What's going into transformer 2? Where's our transformer 2? What's going in? B phase is going in transformer 2. Right? And then what's leaving transformer 2 is C phase. Right. And then your transformer 3, right? What's going in? C phase is going in. And then your A phase is leaving transformer 3 on your secondary side. Oops. A phase is leaving. A phase. I fucked up this. So anyhow, so that's how you draw your. That's how I hook it up. Actually, in the field, instead of going like this and like that to the same phase, we usually just jumper these together and have just one wire go down like that. You know what I mean? But anyhow, that's how you complete this one, and then that's how you complete your vectoring. Make sure you have all your arrows. Label all your transformer T1, T2, T3s, right? And then your primary capital ABCs, and then your secondary small ABCs, and then have your arrows too on your secondary side, and then label all your X3s and X1s and everything. So yeah, H1 is always higher to lower, all your H2s. So this right here, if you just look at your transformer 1, that's your H1 bushing on your transformer 1 to your H2 bushing. Your transformer 2, your H1 bushings there, H2 bushings there, and so on and so forth. Alright? So what I'm going to do right now, I don't know if you have any questions, but I'll let you look at, you can pause it if you want, but I'll let you look at some of this, how I did it. Okay? You could first do it yourself and then check if you did it right, but these are how you do it. So yeah, if you want to pause it and look at if you did it right or wrong. Okay. See, this one has a grounded midpoint. And remember I told you, oh, actually, your grounded midpoint, that means on your secondary side, they want a grounded midpoint. Midpoint is right there. So I put SG for secondary ground. A grounded midpoint of one of them. You can't ground two midpoints, but anyhow, that's how I did that one. Power and light, that's that lighter can I told you about. Look at these. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Huh. Never mind. So anyhow, that's how I did this one. 208. That's how I did this one. Nothing special about this one. Okay, grounded leg. Okay, that's the one I told you on the secondary side. It says 240 three phase grounded leg. So I grounded C phase. Okay, I did put SG secondary ground, and then your primary, I put PN for primary neutral, but it should be PG primary ground. Always your Y, you always want to ground it. Okay, so that's how I did that one. And then this one here, you see that can right there, that's 75. The rest are 25 kVA. So the bigger can, your transformer 2, that's my bigger can. So I use my bigger can as a lighter. And what that lighter can does is it provides all the three-phase power, but it also provides 120 here and 120 there. So they wanted 120, 240, right? So this can is producing 120 for the lights and 240 three-phase power for the power, basically. So that's how I did this one. So as you can see, since I had to ground the transformer 2 for the light, you know, like the lighting, and then these for the whole 3 for the power. This one, since I grounded X2 bushing to get 120 volts out, I indicated I should write, instead of SN, I should have written SG. But anyhow, you see that ground rod, that ground that I put in, and I labeled that my T2. I should have X2. I should have labeled this right here. This point right here is X2. This is X3 and X1. And this is all going clockwise. So that's how I did that one. This one here is how I did. This is the open bank. That's how I did that one there. This one has a grounded leg. So it's delta, right? I could ground any one of the corners. Grounded leg. And you have to also indicate it right here. Your C on your primary is grounded. So that's why I wrote SG right here. See how I drew this? You're supposed to do that. You have to do it, or else you're going to get points marked off. So that's how I did that one there. Identify the high leg. This is the one with the 120/240, but it's a 4-wire, 3-phase 4-wire, right? And how do you identify? So when you have your can right here, when you have this grounded, okay, 3 coils away, you're going to have a high leg. 3 coils away from here, that's 1 coil, that's 2 coils, that's 3 coils, right? See how we grounded here? 1 coil away, 2 coils away, 3 coils. At 3 coil, you could go. You don't have to go this way. You can go this way too. 1 coil here, another coil here, another coil here. That's 3 coils, and that gets you to high leg. The high leg is usually when out in the field we mark with the orange tape. And the reason why I chose to ground this right here, this transformer 2, is because it has a 75 kVA can. It's bigger, so it's using it for the 120 light and 240 3-phase bank for the power. But this leg here to ground is 208. So you know, at a building, you don't want it. You know what I mean? Where's my high leg? So yeah, your high leg is A. So in a building, you're gonna have 4 wires, right? 4 wire coming in. You're gonna have this wire, you're gonna have that wire, and you're gonna have that wire, and you're gonna have that wire. Well, you don't want to get mixed up with this one to that one, or you know what I mean? Because this is gonna be 208 to ground. A phase to ground is gonna be 208. B phase to ground is gonna be 120. So that's why it's important to mark this phase here with the orange tape, because that's always going to go back to that, because it's going to be 208. Okay, so that's how I did that. Another open bank here, or yeah, Y to Y. Y to Y, you always tie the ground together. Okay, so at the same spot in the middle, I drew a ground rod, and I put secondary ground, ground rod, primary ground, and right here I drew a line, and I grounded the primary neutral and the secondary neutral together. Y always tie, right? Study up on that, memorize that, or whatever. That's how I did this one. Okay, and this one. All right, and like I said, you could pause, you know, compare how you did it with yours. There's another YY. I should have drawn a connection between the primary and the, you know, secondary, you know, ground it together, tie together. You got your primary ground, and then you got your secondary ground. I just drew a ground rod, whatever. So how I did that one there. If you have any questions on any of these, just let me know. This is a Delta Y. It's a single coil can. Take a look at that. Another single coil can. Okay. See, there's nothing to compare. There's no second number on the secondary side. So you got to figure it out. It's got to be a Delta, right? It's a YY. I should have tied these together. You know, YY always tie, right? And then you got your primary ground, your secondary ground. That's how I did that one there. This is another one, single coil, 277. This is popular, so it's good to know this one here. You're gonna see this out in the field. That's how I did that one there. And then this one is kind of more of a realistic picture. You know, it's gonna be parallel. Okay, so you gotta mark that the coils parallel. And the customer needs 208, but this can is rated for that, so you're going to parallel the can. Your primary voltage is 7200, so they're the same. Look at the first numbers, they're the same, so it's delta. And then this is how I did my vectoring for that one. Okay. And then X3 bushing is not used, so out in the field we tape it up. Okay. That's how I draw. It's more of a realistic view of how you would hook it up out in the field. But so if you have any questions, let me know. Alright, good luck.